Lockdown day. Whatever. I don't know anymore.
Day 1 of level 4. That's where
There we
we're
go.
at.
Okay.
So, lockdown day 1 of level 4.
Okay, so today nothing much has changed for us. We're not level 4 workers, so my job hasn't started. We were allowed to go for a walk between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock this morning, or a jog or a cycle, or take our dogs for a walk. So finally the people who've been running all the time about not being able to walk their dogs
Went out in droves.
can do that now. So, I mean, I never thought I would be the kind of person who would wake up at 6 in the morning to go for a walk. And I'm not. I didn't. But many people did, and there's lots of footage of the chaos that it caused because they've now limited everybody to walk in a 3-hour period.
Not the best decision.
For whatever reason, I'm not sure.
Policing.
I suppose so, but it just means that people can't social distance while they walk because everybody's walking. Seaport Promenade was just like a fun run.
It was insane. Even our streets were.
Our streets, our complex, Bloberg, wherever there's enough people living in one area who can only walk in a very short period of time, everybody does. So that's what happened today.
I did a bit of a shop run this morning, and when I was leaving here, I could barely go more than 10, 15 Ks in our complex because I was just dodging people, even little kiddies' bikes, plastic bikes, particularly in our street. Our roads littered with kiddies' bikes.
And kids playing in the park.
Yeah. That annoyed me a little bit.
And somebody said in our group about 60% of the people they saw didn't have masks on, which are now compulsory for when you go out. So I suspect level 5 is looming around the corner. I think this freedom will be revoked if people keep abusing it.
Oh, no, our next door neighbours have visitors over.
So I had a casual bride today with family. Yeah.
Family over. So, I'm
missing Jordan and Casey so much, but I don't invite them on for a bride.
It would be a tattletale. Obviously, I'm not going to name anyone.
Yeah.
But it's just wrong. Yeah, it's inappropriate.
We're all
suffering through this,
yeah.
And we should do it as a team.
And it only spreads if people move, and if these people keep moving, it's going to keep spreading. If they can just be as law-abiding as me. I'm the ultimate nerd.
Yeah, it's rubbing off.
Good. If people can just be sensible, it's not pleasant or comfortable for anybody, but it's not difficult things that they're asking us to do. To ask people not to go out and socialize is not a difficult thing. It's an unpleasant thing, but it's not asking something beyond our capabilities. We're all capable of not going out, not socializing.
We are very fortunate. We're in a position where we have each other. Some people who are alone, I can imagine they're really struggling from cabin fever type feelings.
Yeah.
And people who are just natural extroverts. I think this is an extrovert's nightmare, whereas we're both introverts.
Yeah, I'm quite comfortable at home, actually. I'm loving it.
It's not
but
difficult.
I'm missing my children, so I can't. What the neighbours did today was invite their kids around and their grandkids around. So, it's not because they're on their own. There's 2 of them. They just decided that, who cares about these rules? We're going to break them. And it's just rubbish. Other freedoms that we have starting from today.
We can buy
winter clothes. Yes, you can order takeaways.
Which we won't
buy
do.
Winter clothes.
But,
which we're going to do online.
Yeah, we should. Buying the clothes.
Yeah.
You could also order things from Take-A-Lot again.
But these odd rules, hey?
We can't get ink for our printer.
Yeah. So anyone who's trying to do studies from home, which is most children and online students, you can buy a cell phone, but you can't buy ink for your printer. Well, certainly not from Take-A-Lot.
No, so
I'm sure other shops sell it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Just some of these rules are just odd. Like the fact that smoking was allowed by the president and then the minister revoked it. I'm not a smoker, but I hate rules that make no sense.
I went and bought Nicorettes today because,
the end is in sight.
I know this makes you a bit happy. It's okay. I've accepted my fate.
We went through this last year when you quit.
I know. It's the rule is just weird. It makes no sense, and it's going to be challenged in court, and she's going to have to explain.
Okay, so our latest stats are looking a bit scary. 103 deaths, so we've passed the 100 mark. 5,647 positive cases. So our graph just keeps going up and up and up, as we expected. And
if you could see the over here, It's just exponentially increasing.
And we're not anywhere near our week, so
No,
it will just keep going up.
no, and some experts have weighed in. I don't know why they didn't say this a few weeks ago. They must have known this. This morning I saw an article, and that Professor Karim, he said that we should expect 10% increase day to day as lockdown is eased. We may only see this in 2 weeks' time
Yes, of
because
course.
there's a
Yeah,
delay
that's
of 2 weeks, as we
yeah.
explained
Yeah.
a bit earlier. But so we're looking then at about, at the moment, 10%, 56 cases. Sorry, 560 cases a day. And obviously that just
And we're now sort of
exponentially
averaging
grows.
like 250 or so a day.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
probably double that.
And today's Workers' Day, so we didn't.
We didn't work.
No, I started a painting, but it wasn't work.
That's bizarre.
What?
Workers' Day.
I know.
Okay, so we're gonna let you all everyone is like dying to earn money again, to get this economy going. We're also worried about it. So we're going to let you guys go back to work on a day that it's a public holiday. It's like, was it necessary to have this public holiday?
No.
Like, not at all. It served no purpose.
No.
It's like...
Because essential workers are working today anyway. So, with lockdown now scaling down to level 4 workers could start working today, except they can't. Because it's a public holiday. I'm going to question the wisdom. Anyway, without nitpicking, we're still fine.
Yeah, we're okay.
We still have food and shelter. We're still...
I'm becoming grumpier by the day, as you can probably see.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, us, because we ranted about
me.
The neighbours. Oh, you.
No, you're still precious.
Oh, thank you. And this is before you quit smoking. Oh, my hat.
I may be sitting out a few nights.
Possibly. I'll be doing solo efforts here.
Yeah, guys.
Anyway, we're going to braai now.
Yeah.
And
I think my phone's quite hot.
with this lovely fire. Hang on, I can add it in. Can't I add in like a fire emoji?
I had one log left, so like I put a piece of blitz under the log and I put coal under it. So
is that all we've got? Okay, I'll just add a fire picture in there. So with this lovely braai over here.
Yeah, it's blazing, as you can see.
Get to braai. Anyway, from us on Workers' Day.
It's okay.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Okay, so we thought we'd show you that this is not just a prop, it's an actual braai, and we genuinely are having one. But also we wanted Luki to say hello, because he hasn't said hello for a while.
Boy. Say hello. Hi, guys. How
Still
are
needs
you?
a haircut desperately. But that's not a level 4 job, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. Just to slip his fringe a little bit so we can sort of see him, but it's just not possible to get the rest.
Hi, guys. Never mind. You see, look at this, his sideburns.
Yeah.
Extreme.
And he's got like Yoda whiskers. No, Yoda doesn't have whiskers. He has whiskers. And he's got these like weird, like Confucius. Does Confucius have like, he's got like a Confucius beard.
Handlebars.
Yeah.
Handlebar stuff.
So yesterday the Minister of Education spoke to us, and this is something obviously as a teacher I've been waiting for, and most people have been because they're all homeschooling their children. So basically she was saying the education department as a department, the sector, opens sometime next week, I can't remember when. But that's not for schools to go back yet. That's for schools to get compliant or ready. And only once all the schools are ready can they reopen. So to get schools ready, schools have to, there's something like 3,500 schools that don't have water yet. Schools have to have water. There have to be facilities for sanitizing before kids arrive in the morning. Children have to have their hands sanitized before they walk in. They have to have one of those thermometers, as the hardy dog goes, one of those thermometers that can read a temperature, with like scannery things, blips, to read your temperature, the kids' temperature before they walk in. So if they have a temperature, then they must be isolated and tested. And so there's quite a few things that have to happen first in a school in order for a school to be able to open. And then they want the matrics to go back first, and then I think it's the grade 7s, matrics and grade 7s. And then gradually they'll phase in the other grades. They haven't even mentioned ECDs at all. But I can't imagine, I saw this little Chinese school where they had those little shield visors things. That's not possible in 3, 4, and 5-year-olds.
No, there's no ways that's going to stay on for a long period of time.
No, and also, the way my kids are very snotty, those things are going to fill up. And the buyers is going to need windscreen wipers. I'm sorry, that's the truth. So
you should say she was like a funnel at the bottom.
no.
The bottom of like a 2
Like
litre
it's with
Coke
a little
bottle
tap.
upside down.
One of those things with a tap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know when schools are going to start, but yeah, no time soon. Certainly not at my level. So I don't know. That's a worrying factor
Yeah.
for me.
Universities, they're all kind of coming out with different rules at the moment. There's a blanket statement being released by UNISA that says that the semester is going to be deferred free of charge either way. So if assessments aren't in on time for some people who can't, hand in their hard copy now assignment because they don't have access to the internet and they can't physically go to UNISA, they will get a free of charge deferment.
They're trying to get data available to everybody else who is like in a community where they don't have like Wi-Fi access, so they're trying to get them gadgets with data already loaded on. It's a mammoth undertaking, and I feel so sorry for them because this is uncharted waters and nobody actually knows what to do here. But it doesn't look like my school's going to start up anytime soon, and my job is going to start anytime soon. So that's kind of been, if I had an end date, I can work towards that, or just at least in my mind know where I'm aiming. But at the moment, I'm just aimless. Not a great place to be, but it's a safe place, I suppose.
It is.
Virus free.
It'll be okay.
No,
I know that, and what I'm reading all the time in regards to this education, debacle is that it's like no one knows the solution. We can't find the solution. And today, as I say to you, maybe there just isn't one.
Yeah,
maybe this year is just a write-off. Sometimes in life there's a problem and there's no solution to it. It's just like it was just, excuse my French, it happens. And then we deal with it afterwards. We can't, sometimes it's so broken you can't try and put it back together.
So they're trying to save the academic year, but my solution,
it's gone
and I'm not doing this stuff.
Interesting.
It is. Wow.
Cool.
Anyway, what I was going to say is I have a solution. And my solution is that we bank this year's first term because everybody finished the first term bar 1 or 2 days. So first term is done. Then we only consider the second term after we've hit our peak. So maybe where our fourth term would normally be, sort of late September, October, November, becomes the second term. And our third term happens January, March, and our fourth term April, May, June. So our school year then shifts to end in June next year. And from then onwards, and it would be our schools and our universities, will start after the July holidays. So where we used to have our third term, we'd now have our first term.
Makes sense.
So we pause for 2 terms. We shift it all up because there's no actual reason that I can think of why our schooling should be from January to December. So that's my solution, and I think I should be the Minister of Education.
The Minister of Education in our house.
Thanks. Hey, we look quite nice and graceful. What do you think? Yeah?